Still Song of the Siren and just keep his team in the game, because that was a very, very tricky situation. But unfortunately, Dignitas didn't come out of the day being able to move on to the tournament, but they did produce us with some great moments. Tongfu, though, Fnatic, Na'Vi, Orange, they definitely did perform and give us some great moments yesterday. Are we going to see something as good today, do you think?
I think we might potentially see even better games. I think the skill level of these teams we're going to see today is so evenly matched that I cannot predict a winner of these games.
I'm personally looking forward to both winner brackets matches. I was talking to the guys from, actually to S4 from Alliance. You know, they had to choose between facing LGD China or Fnatic. And they were saying, no, we want to fight LGD China because we have to beat these guys. We have to be strong, and it's not that we are scared of anyone else. Just we want to make a stand and prove something just at the beginning of the playoffs. And regarding IG and DK, I was asking random people in the venue, and 50% of them tell me the IG is going to win because they're the past international champions. Half of them say, no, DK is the strongest team. So I have no idea, but it's going to be amazing to see which one comes on top.
Yeah, and go on, Ben, sorry.
I mean, LGD was technically fourth in their group. They almost could drop down to the losers bracket, but they really pulled through on the last day and beat out Dignitas in the tiebreaker to secure the winner bracket slot. So, I mean, technically speaking, if you're just looking at the prelim stage, they are the weaker team, but traditionally, LGD China has looked much stronger than Fnatic.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit more about the games coming up today as we will go to the brackets. But before we do that, Casey has found some of our community members by the names of Pyrian Flax and Zoe Geschwind. God help her.
Really? That bad already? I want to ask first, Bruno, are you going to keep the sunglasses on all day?
No, just for the first segment.
Oh, man, I was hoping you'd keep them on. Yeah, Period and Zoe, you're here. And before we get into some of the nitty-gritty, tell folks what you've been doing the last 24 hours or so. Hi. Hi, what's going on? Did you have something to say?
We're excited for today's matches.
Yeah. Woo! Woo! I like the energy. Okay, so last 24 hours, what did you see? You've been going around backstage and seeing all the action. Talk about it.
We've been doing so many things, really. We've been running around talking to the audience. We've been talking to the players, managers, any known face and unknown face, really. We've been soaking up the atmosphere. We've been watching the games, which were amazing. So, yeah, we've been enjoying ourselves, really.
So we were talking earlier, and you guys got to watch it on the stream last year. Tell me about the difference between watching it last year and actually being here this year.
Well, I'm wearing makeup this year. Like, there's a big difference. When I watch it at home, I can just wear my underpants and kind of relax, but now I've got to sort of be on the ball. And it's great. I mean, the atmosphere is fantastic. See all the Dota fans here. It's amazing.
Thank you for wearing pants. We do appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime.
And you were telling me in the hotel that you're staying in, you're actually able to see some of the players. So give us the scoop. What are you seeing in the mornings?
A lot of laundry. Like, they have to bag it all up. And I actually have a picture I'm going to post on Twitter when I get back of the 5 teams on day one that did not use the laundry bags. I don't know what they were doing with all their laundry. But there's all these heaps of clothes and everything. And we're coming down for breakfast first thing in the morning. And there's all the Asian teams are ready. They're dressed. Then all the Western teams come in like hungover like this. So, yeah.
But the Western teams come in 5 minutes before the shuttle leaves, basically. Whereas the Asians already been there for like an hour or two at least. So cultural differences. I don't know.
Can we talk about your earrings? You made these yourself.
Yes. I've did a lot, actually. I mean, going into an event, you know, you always got to be prepared for whatever. So I just decided to sit down and not sleep during the nights and make myself Dota earrings, which have been taken on great. Some people were already asking if they can buy them somewhere. So.
Can they? Are you selling them?
Not yet.
Oh, come on, you have to.
All right, yeah, okay, I'm totally selling them, so come up to me. I have like 30 different pairs here.
Perfect.
Yeah, we got from Yule Scepter to the Rapier to Blink Daggers, got them all here, so.
And we're standing in front of a very important shop here, and just so that you know, you have to fill out these forms first, and then you get in line. And I want to point out that there is still a line, even though most people have already filed into the hall, there's still a little bit of a line behind us. But Perion, you cleaned up really well this morning.
Thank you. Oh, you mean?
No, I'm sorry, not this. No.
Sorry, yeah. And no, I bought a lot of stuff. Some stuff for my friends. A lot of stuff for myself. I managed to get the Wizard. Check it out. If you get him, you get a sweet code. I think it's for a cool courier. And yeah, I got lucky.
Anything that you're looking forward to today the most out of everything that we're about to see?
Oh yeah, I really gonna look forward to the upper bracket matches. I mean, the Alliance game definitely gonna be very interesting. And since I'm one of the people who are rooting for DK, I can't wait to see the DK game either. And basically also talking to the guys again here in the audience, already that early in the morning. I have no idea what time it is, but for me it still feels early in the morning. People are already so energetic and smiley and happy and coming up to us and swamping us. So I really look forward for the whole day, really.
Thank you for chatting with us. Best of luck the rest of the day. I might be tagging along to learn a few more things. And James, you're standing by. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to send it back over to you.
We're doing great, Casey, and thank you there. And see, Ben, you can't be upset now. Pyrion just endorsed your...
It's called Shitty Wizard.
It's awesome. I'm also called Too Good, but it doesn't mean I am that. Okay, so let's start previewing actually what's going to happen today. And we can take a look at the brackets for you guys. I know exactly what's going on, but this might help me. So this is going to be the lower bracket. So these are going to be the games that are actually at the end of the day. Sorry. So Team Liquid versus MUFC, Zenith versus Virtus.pro. And obviously the winner will move on and wait for the unfortunate loser of the upper bracket game. So they will have to play 2 games if you win your first game from the lower bracket. And of course, if you lose, it's a best of 1. You are out of the tournament. Just going to throw it to you guys on this one. Team Liquid versus MUFC and Zenith versus Virtus.pro. Who are your favorites for the 2 matches?
I think Team Liquid is a clear-cut favorite in the MUFC matchup. MUFC is so far completely unable to beat anyone, whereas Liquid barely made it into the loser bracket. They won the borderline into the winner bracket, so they should definitely be beating MUFC.
And Ben, Zenith versus Virtus.pro, maybe?
I don't think these round 1 matches are terribly interesting. Team Liquid should be MUFC, and I think Zenith should be VP. VP, they had 3 wins, and each of them were versus the other lower bracket participants too. So they haven't beat any strong opponents. Zenith had some pretty good games too, and they took down some stronger opponents. So I definitely think Zenith will take it. But in round 2, do you think Liquid and or Zenith can make it past it?
I'm not sure. All I know is that Winter and IX Mike both have a great smile. So I'm not sure who's going to win that game.
Well, I think
have you not seen Winter here? Like, he's just constantly happy.
He's a happy person.
Like, I'm surprised because his prelims weren't the best.
Yeah. But he's like, yeah, we lost every match. It's good. I'm enjoying myself. But really, MUFC, I would be scared of them, not because they were particularly strong, because you can't know what to expect of that team. They can go for literally whatever strat. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah, and I definitely think they've got some strats up their sleeves. So
it's like a guy on death row, right? He has nothing to lose.
Yep.
Okay. Maybe his life. Let's also go take a look at the upper bracket, and we can see where we're actually going to be starting today. So yesterday it was Na'Vi and Tongfu, as you can see, that made it to the upper bracket semi-finals and guaranteed themselves a top 6 finish, which is just over $100,000 each so far. But now we're going to be starting off with Alliance versus LGD China in a best of 3, and then moving on to 2 fantastic teams, both from China, DK versus Invictus Gaming. And then, of course, Invictus Gaming, very worthy to note here from the upper bracket, were last year's champions, the champions of the 2012 International. So can they do a repeat performance? No one's won 2 back-to-back. No one's even won 2. It's Na'Vi and Invictus Gaming that have claimed 1 each. But let's talk about the matchups at hand, guys. Alliance versus LGD China, and Alliance have just looked so strong, coming out of the prelims undefeated, 14-0.
I think I read an interview with Alliance on GameSpot yesterday, and Loda just seemed very confident against the Chinese compared to what they were last time around.
You read it yesterday? It was published today.
I approve every article beforehand.
Oh, dude, I need to do that as well.
So what he was saying basically is that last time around it was mostly the Chinese team that dictated the metagame, and this time around Alliance and Na'Vi is much better prepared, and they're confident against the Chinese, but they don't take for granted that even though they went undefeated through the preliminaries, it's not like they go into this thinking they're the top dogs of the game anyway. So
yeah, it's interesting because you know how we were talking yesterday about Fnatic and we were saying that their picks were normally the picks that were picked the most all throughout the tournament. Like they picked lots of Beast, Hatch, Weaver, Razor. They were doing something like that. I was checking Alliance, I was checking Navi, and they're not the guys that are picking all those heroes. It seems like everyone else has this idea of what works, and it's working more or less okay to certain different degrees. But Navi and Alliance, they're doing their thing, and it's working fantastically for them. So looking forward maybe to other teams trying to copy them in the future.
Yeah, they seem pretty good at throwing other teams off and making them react to their own playstyle, whereas LGD kind of is more predictable. They like the 4 protect 1, they get Siler huge, and they like the 5-man when they're down, and generally they don't have the strongest lanes. But Alliance, you don't know what they're going to do, and I have to favor them in this matchup.
Yeah, it should be either way a really good match. Alliance did pick, I believe, LGD China, so that kind of says that they feel confident about that best of 3. But also Team DK versus Invictus Gaming. There were talks about Burning from Team DK actually retiring after the International, and a player of his caliber maybe would like to finish on a high. I don't know if that's... I've heard rumors about it. What have you heard?
Didn't we hear those rumors last time around as well? I think there was rumors speculating Burning would retire after TI2
How many times did you retire, Malk?
I retire on a weekly basis. Like I just lean back in my couch and be like, oh, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Are you retired now?
No.
Are you an ex-pro or a pro?
Yeah.
I'm a pro still.
So who do you play for?
I play for EG.
Are you on the roster? The
yeah,
5-man
I'm the new roster. Just me.
Wow.
Is
you play with 5 heroes. You're kind of like a next level no-tail.
I got Bloodseeker and that's all I need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
1v1 mid, still better than Demon mid.
Exactly.
Bloodseeker mid. It's legit. Bring the hero, not the player. That's the new EG philosophy. I like it.
He was a Chen player before. He can micromanage or Michael-manage a lot of heroes.
I can micromanage everything, yeah.
Were you impressed yesterday with Notel from Fnatic?
I'm very impressed, but then again, he's Danish, and Denmark just has so many talented micromanagement players, so it wasn't that big of a surprise to me.
All right, yeah, it's good. So yeah, we'll see how that game's gonna go down. That's gonna be Team DK versus Invictus Gaming. So that kind of wraps up a little bit of the preview of what you're going to be seeing today. And we're just gonna not just wait for the game to get started. We don't do that because we always have Casey on hand to just help us out whenever we need. And I believe actually she got to meet some of the fans of Dota coming into the event this morning. So if you're at home and you don't know what it's like to get in and the kind of emotions and feels and just stuff, Casey will find out.
The doors have opened. This is what it looks like in the morning. People have been lined up forever. Let's see if we can get into some trouble here. Hey guys, let me see your sign. Looks good.
That's a picture.
Yeah, you excited?
Yeah, very excited. So looking forward to some good Dota. So it should be really good.
Where are you from?
I'm from the UK. Come in last night on a bit of a late flight, but yeah. So this will be my first full day here. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Welcome to Seattle. Welcome to the International. Have fun in there. We'll see you later. What's happening here?
Supporting America, IX Mike.
Nice. What are you most looking forward to today?
Like Alliance, and all the games are actually really good. Hopefully MUFC will do well today and show something. I know what they're capable of.
Nice. Welcome to Seattle. I'll let you get in there. There's a lot to see. What are you looking forward to most? I caught you early in the morning. You need some caffeine. Who are you? Oh, let me see. Alliance.
Manager of Alliance.
Okay, let's see it. Hold it up.
See our flag?
Yeah?
Offense made this for us. We're not going to disappoint you today. We're going to crush China.
I got a Bloodseeker plushie in my first little Dota ball here. You know, it actually works because my favorite team here is Zenith, and they played Bloodseeker in the prelims. So they're playing today. I cheer them on. Now I got my, you know, maybe this is good luck. I got my Bloodseeker.
This is my poster that I got signed by a bunch of pro players.
Who are you hoping to get it signed by today?
I want Owie 2000 to sign my Morphling.
Nice. Well, good luck. Hopefully you'll find him.
Thanks.
Boy, how long have you been waiting outside?
Just for about 10 minutes now.
Oh, that's it? Mm-hmm. Okay. How long would you wait outside if you had to? Well, hours? Days? Months? Years?
Let's go with hours.
Hours?
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start. Or where to put the microphone, actually.
My mouth is right here.
Who are you excited to see?
Team Liquid.
Team Liquid.
Best last hope.
Yep. What about this first match, Alliance and LGD? Who do you think is going to take it?
I think Alliance is going to take it, but that just means that LGD is going to play Liquid later in the day. It's going to be a tough matchup, but if IX Mike doesn't feed, they might have it.
Did you see the All-Star matchup last night by any chance?
I did.
Wasn't that fun?
It's hilarious, yeah.
Did you see when Dendi did Gangnam Style?
I did, yeah. him and Puppy are just so funny together.
Oh, I know. They're fun to watch. It's kind of fun to watch them on different teams for a change.
Definitely.
I'm going to let you go because it's getting really awkward, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't know where.
This is probably your first interview with a horse, so.
I've actually interviewed horses before. Cool. You might need to turn it around there. So we're just showing you visually the first match here. Nice. All right, very well done. So now we've done equal airtime for you both. So now it's fair. Are you excited?
It's good. It's good.
You think you're going to take it?
Sure.
In 2?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be watching. Sure. Best of luck. Don't you guys get started now. Let's keep it kosher. And now we've met a horse.
So there we have it. I don't know if Casey should have called Kelly Milky a horse there, but either way, a nice little intro to the day, some great stuff, and yeah, you saw that with America's Last Hope. Malky, you okay?
Do you believe in the stash?
Huh?
According to Purge, IX Mike has the second best stash in North America. Do you believe in Liquid?
I think Liquid are going to do something good. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that best of one, they're going to bring it all, and they're a team that know how to play, as in draft, and from all stages through the game.
How to play.
How to play. But it's good. It's a worthy kind of attribute to bring to the international. Do you know how to play?
How are you so good?
Hey,
I'm all right.
I've been in a Dota tournament where someone didn't know how to play. I was at the DreamHack where I came top 4. Lost a Fnatic, and one of our guys didn't know how to play, so when we told him to ward bottom rune, he actually just put the observer ward on the rune. Wasn't great for vision.
Well, you could see the rune.
Yeah, you could. Okay, technically, yeah, he did.
You just gave bad directions, James.
Well, actually, I gave very good directions because he did exactly what I asked him to. And he left the rune there. And that's why Fnatic won. Otherwise, I'd be here winning. All right, yeah, so not really much to talk about until the games are getting ready. So it's going to be, of course, Alliance versus LGD Gaming. We actually had some of the flags in the pre-intro there. Any kind of favorites, really? We should talk about their prelims as well. But just before we even let you explain why they're your favorites, why are they?
I mean, yesterday we didn't actually have any upsets. I think every higher seed team beat every lower seeded team, but today I think there could be some upsets. I think DK IG will probably be a little bit closer of a game than our first match coming up, which is Alliance versus LGD. Jacob?
Yeah, I think with Alliance LGD, that's like a complete toss-up. A lot of people are going with Alliance due to their performance in the preliminaries, and I'm like, I want to keep my streak going, so I'll tend to agree with that and put Alliance ahead.
You know what? I think in LGD, and they forget about the heroes, forget about the strats. They were here in this exact position last year. They were in the position that Alliance is. They were unbeaten through the group stage. They knew how they were feeling, and they have to know how Alliance is feeling now. And let's not forget that LGD China ended up getting 3rd place. They didn't win, so they knew what their faults were in terms of their confidence, and if they can exploit that when they're playing Alliance, they might be able to pull the upset.
Yeah, I don't know about LGD last time around, but I know Alliance is going into this very, very humble, and I think they have the right mindset to actually just play their game rather than go in and feel overconfident.
Yeah. Until they win, then Loda's Twitter will
oh yeah, then it's going to explode like, I'm the best carry in the world, living legend, let's go.
Yeah, no, he's actually, as I said, he has been very humble. He's just like, there's a lot of pressure on us, there's a lot of fans, obviously, back in Sweden and all over the world for the team. They've really kind of proven themselves. You can be a fan of Alliance, not just like where they're from, but also their play style, and they've been amazing. So we've spent a little bit of time talking about both the teams, which is Alliance and LGD China, but let's meet the teams.
My name is Jonathan Berg. My nickname is Loda. I play for Team Alliance, and I'm from Gothenburg, Sweden. The Dota fans are extremely dedicated, and this is not just a game. I had a nick in Dota where I added the Chinese letters for justice to Loda, and a guy had seen this, so he had like gotten custom-made keys for me that said like justice on 2 keys, so I could put it on my keyboard, and I have it right now, so hopefully it will help me. The reason why everyone fears us is because you can never really know what we're gonna do, and we will sometimes switch our playstyle during the tournament. We will just switch the playstyle completely, and they don't really know how to prepare for us, even though they think they know. we like to let the opponents run around and try to do stuff. Sure, they will get 1 pickoff, they will get 2 pickoffs, but that doesn't matter. Dota isn't about kills, Dota isn't about gold either. Dota is about winning and taking down the opponent's throne, and you need to win 1 team fight to do that, pretty much. Winning this year's international would just be so awesome. It would just be a proof that we were the best team this year, and I would just be so happy for the other guys in the team as well. I really love them. I felt from the beginning that this year was going to be a good year, and it was going to be our year. So we aim for the top, and I think we have the chance to get there.
Henrik Arnberg, Admiral Bulldog, Trollhättan, Sweden.
Joachim Achterhall, Aki, Gothenburg, Sweden.
Jerry Lundqvist, EGM, Sweden, Västerås.
Jonathan Berg, Loda, Gothenburg, Sweden. Gustav Magnusson, S4, Stockholm, Sweden.
So Alliance, the team from Sweden, undefeated in the prelims, made up of the players of Admiral Bulldog, S4, Ake, EGM, the newest addition to the team, and the Dota legend that is Loda. How are they going to do? What are we looking from the players? You know, how have they been individually performing here? What have you got to say about them?
Well, I mean, if you look at the statistics, we're going to talk about Loda in a bit, but I was just trying to check, and they seem to never lose with any hero, and then I realized that they never lost any single match in the tournament.
Ever.
But, I mean, speaking of Loda in particularly, I mean, let's see what their carry players does. He can play the Gyrocopter very well, and that's, I think, his favorite hero right now. But he can play just an array of heroes. He can even play Ursa, one of the heroes that we barely ever see. And it works very well with them.
With Wisp especially.
Exactly. I mean, it's such a hero that when you think about Wisp and someone else, you think of a stunner, normally Chaos Knight or Tiny. We saw Morphling as well, not by them, but Dignitas did it last time. But Ursa has this potential of doing so much burst damage. It works perfectly for that playstyle, and Alliance is the team that can play it best so far.
What we saw with the Alliance in China was that they picked the Ursa as well and did the level 1 roast strat that everyone was completely baffled about.
Right.
And they've actually done another mind trick to their Roshan editions, and it's just very impressive to see their ingenuity.
Yeah, they faked going to Roche and then did a nice wraparound. Ben, individually on the team, who stands out for you for Alliance?
Well, Aki is pretty much their game pace controller for early game, but Admiral Bulldog is the hero that you can't really ban against, you can't really do anything about him. He always seems to win his lane, and if he even doesn't win his lane, he always comes back and has a huge impact in the mid-late game. And the teams have tried to shut him down in multiple ways, but they just never really seem to keep him down. And even then, if you do, you have all these other players. So there's not like an all-star or one particular like star player for this team. It's a whole team of stars. You can't stop him. That's what it seems
and
like.
Also the newest addition, EGM. He is so on point, it seems like, in terms of positional play.
Did you just hear when I was seeing the introduction? He comes from Westeros. So is he straight from Game of Thrones? He really, like he said, if you look...
It's a pronunciation problem.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's pronounced differently in Swedish, so...
I thought it was Jerry Stark or something like that. That would be awesome.
It would be awesome. And speaking of awesome, is their opponents. And we're going to meet now the team of LGD China.
这次比赛对我们队伍来说算是比较曲折吧。在最开始的话，我们是直接邀请的，然后之后我们需要打预选赛，然后才能拿到名额。
滴滴那时候他就几乎听不见了，然后要做手术，然后就是大家又一起讨论过，还是决定让他回来，就是让我们去年 TR2上的原班人马一起打这次 TR 上，
顶着很大的压力，然后来准备，所以我们就是。给自己也没有设什么退路，然后全力以赴，然后再准备吧。
外界的话有非常多的质疑，但是我们自己一直是相信自己，我们肯定能行，所以最后我们也做到了。
我们 CN 跟 INT 的训练确实并不是每天都有的。虽然说我们在同一个俱乐部，但是在赛场上我们还是两支。独立的队伍，然后都是每个人都有自己的梦想，都要为之努力。在赛场上的话，我们绝对不会留情的，但是在场下或者是平时中，然后谁需要帮助的话，我们两个队伍都是非常积极、非常友善的，然后都会提出自己的意见和帮助。
因为去年就是给自己留下过遗憾，所以今年会尽全力去拼。
能够走到最后一天赛程的队伍都是十分强大的，然后实力上的差距都非常微小，然后如果要取得最后的冠军，必须要有非常强大的意志力。
谢斌，滴滴，中国湖南；
梁发明，滴滴西，中国澳门；
柳家俊，塞拉，中国上海；
张宁，小巴，中国湖南；
姚真真，姚，中国湖南。
LGD China last year finished third, but they did go through the prelims last year, I believe, undefeated, and also made it all the way to the upper bracket finals. This year, it's determination that will take them all the way to the end. The players, Yao, Zhao, DDC, Sylar, and DD. Guys, on an individual basis as well, what's the team style? Who stands out for you? Who's going to make the plays?
I think last year was when Yao really grew into a superstar and proved to the world just how good he is, but the most important thing to note about this team is how extremely disciplined they are and how well they mesh together. Last year they were definitely the best team in terms of discipline. IG went ahead and won, probably through better strategies and of course facing Na'Vi rather than LGD. But I think they are still the most disciplined team, maybe only rivaled by Alliance, and that's why this matchup is going to be so fun to see.
All right, and I believe the game's going to be ready, so I'm just going to go around and get some predictions for the match. It's a best of 3, of course, the upper bracket, so we can start with you, Ben. We'll go right to left this time.
I'll say 2-1 Alliance. I think LGD has a pretty good shot. You can't count them out.
I'll say 2-0 for Alliance.
All right, Bruno?
I want to say LGD China, so I was trying to devise a strategy for them.
But you're on my team, though.
Yeah, well, I'm on your team, but just for this time, I'm going to disagree for the sake of fun. And I have these, they have to pick these heroes, right? LGD, you have to pick Necrolite, Ogre Magi, Meepo, Tusk, and Elder Titan, because
Alliance haven't played against them, so therefore they have a 0% win ratio thus far.
You're on.
I knew you were doing it.
Yes.
We spend too much time together, Bruno. All right, let's. It makes perfect sense. Okay, well, it looks like we're ready to go to the game. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the first match of day 2 here at the International. It's going to be Alliance versus LGD China. Best of luck to both teams.
Alliance versus LGD Gaming.
Welcome everybody, day number 2. I am Toby1.
And I'm Wagamama.
And we are here, man, to do Alliance going up against LGDCN. What a game to start our second day.
This is gonna be an amazing best of 3. Everyone here knows it.
Yeah, man. I actually hope we get to 3 games. Again, it's not, kind of like the feeling like yesterday when we had our Na'Vi game up and you kind of like said, give us more games, because it's just such high quality. And right now, man, they're actually like steamrolling through the draft.
Yeah, they're really going into it, so we should really head into this and just watch it.
Yes, we should. I know I was having a chat to K-Poptosis about this whole draft. I was just trying to say, Bruno was looking through his stats. I was looking mainly about was LGD able to play their style of game throughout the preliminaries? And the biggest thing that we came up with was Alchemist. 100% ban and pick rate as far as teams banning him out. I think it was 11 times teams banned him out. They banned him out once, but every time they had a chance to pick him, it was first pickup. And this game is no different. First pickup because S4 wants to get the Batrider and the Lifestealer. Yeah, we're talking about LGD.
Yeah. And LGD, I just want to take a side note and just note this, that last year the 14-0 by LGD, this year the 14-0 by Alliance. It's so interesting to see these two teams face off now. It was, I talked to S4 why he picked them, and he said, well, we have to. They had the 14-0 last time, now we picked them. And yeah,
I suppose it becomes fate, really.
Yeah.
It becomes fate.
No, really, they just wanted to take on the strong ones. But for the draft now, we see already secured up the hero for Admiral Bulldog on Nature's Prophet as LGD first picked Alchemist. And of course Visage is in the mix again.
Yeah, one of the most picked up heroes, and of course one of the most played by all teams, really, so no surprise to see him there. The Bane, however, appearing again here on the main stage, really been a massive favorite of also all the teams here as almost a secondary support.
Yeah, it's also a pretty early time to pick up Bane because there's Visage and Furion. I wouldn't say necessarily Bane is amazing against any of those. He's not very good against Visage because it's hard to get your channel off when the birds are near you, they can stun. But he is a really good hero against any form of carry. He can also nerf the mid lane really hard by just going in and enfeebling, so you have your options open.
I'm just surprised they would pick him over a hero like a Darkseer, because I know it was the other hero I was talking to you about before we started this game, whereas like Alchemist and Darkseer were like the bread and butter for LGD to play their style of gaming. And right now with the Alchemist combination 2, Concoction into the VAC, it was what destroyed during prelims with a couple of games that we were casting. But they decided to pass that one up, and Xiao Wei, going to the next ban stage, he can't ban out all the supports because there's no way you're going to be taking out both Chen as well as Enchantress, even if the RK is on the opposite side. But takes out against Loda, so banding up against Spectre, banding up the Spectre instead of taking out S4's heroes.
Yeah, just targeting down some carry heroes now that would be hard for him to deal with, and Alchemist is pretty